deal, gang? What's the deal, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Should be sound on Zoom now. Zoom should be fine. Alright, so let's get into a quick breakdown here, right? We've been bullish. We've broken all-time highs again in the last few hours. Right? Came up, broke the highs, coming back down. We had that closure above range we were talking about yesterday, right? Finally got these closures above the range. Tried numerous times. Finally did it. Right? Well, it closed outside the range. Now we've closed back in range. Now we have news coming up here in 1, 2, 3, 4 red folders in about 15 minutes. You guys know the deal. You know how we'll trade news. We'll wait for a push and then a rebreak of that push. For now, let's see if we can establish some levels here. Come on, work, shift, work. Hourly's come down 40 pips here. All right, so we're not going to do anything until 8:30. We're going to wait for those pushes. If we end up re-breaking all-time highs at that time, anytime after 8:30, we'll probably have buy stops above the all-time highs here at 26.89. Okay. How did Mama Wick's birthday go? It was good. It was good. It was good. It's chilly in here. $856 is a level. No, I don't know. No, I don't have that as a level right now. Based maybe on older closures here, right? Older all-time highs, like right here. No, we already broke out of that and disrespected it. And the thing is, we've driven straight through here and then driven straight through down. So I don't look at that as a level anymore. I do. There's something there, right? There's a level there, but it's kind of, we've blown right through it, up and down, since then. So whatever orders there were in these areas, it's come up and it's come down right through them. We got 10 minutes. There's also Also a chance for us to paper trade here. Our sample size position. How much is this? What are they expecting though for the day? What kind of numbers are they expecting? Oh, they're expecting good numbers. Gold should drop. And if that's the expectation, can we have chat? This is going to be strictly a paper trade, a sample size position. Have a sell limit here and stops above the all-time highs right here, and this gives you, right, if we were really trading this, that's a 17 pip stop, so very, very minor. But if you wick up to here and then plummet down, you'll have a really high reward for a really small risk, 17 pips, right? We're not trading this. This is a paper trade. This is strictly sample sizing for next year. There's gonna be no trade involved here. The only trade that will be taken here is the re-break of the push for news. Okay, if we don't re-break, or whichever way the news pushes, and we don't re-break that candle, we'll drop down to the 1 minute in the first 5 minutes of news, right? We'll look for a push and a re-break, but if we don't, we will look for top and bottom wicks to fill whatever wick is left. Yeah, hopefully we don't get a mixed bag, so we don't have to whipsaw. It takes some guessing out of what we do. We got 7 minutes here. Yeah, I really want to get the news out of the way, and like I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to get done. I was hoping to keep it a short stream today, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, watch out for spreads jumping during news. That's a good point. Instead of paper trading it, why don't you trade it on your main account on a 0.01? No, I'll trade it when I'm ready to trade it. I'm just sample sizing this. I know I could do it with a 0.01, but I'd rather just paper trade it. It's not something I'm ready to be involved in. Why aren't you looking for a buy paper trade? I think with the expectation of good news for the dollar, I could look for a buy paper trade too. The sell here would make more sense. Not in our situation, the sell with the expectation, with the fundamental expectation to come down. Yeah, but for a buy, it would have to drop all the way down here, right? For a buy, we would have to see like 68, 69, 68 areas, and then stops would be below these wicks. Yeah. Yeah, we can set that up. If we were looking for a buy, we would have to come down to here. This is where we would look for entry, and these would be stops. But then that means that this would mean that the market dropped over 100 pips for news. Am I tripping? News is bad for US dollar. We don't have news yet. It's in about 4 minutes. From denial and payout for some of my trades not lasting more than 5 minutes. I could believe it. They've denied people for less shit. Alright. 3 minutes, gang. Captain in the house. What up, Captain? Let's do the stretch, gang. Let's do that stretch. You know the pre-trade stretch. That one, yeah. Remember your own risk management. Make sure you have a basket of pineapples. Make sure, yeah, you have a basket of pineapples available. Let me do it too. Yeah, you gotta stretch. The pre-trade J. That already happened. It was the pre-stream J. Minutes. Brooks is right, no catalyst, no push. Oh, that's what we spoke about yesterday, and the day before yesterday. We didn't have catalyst to drive to all-time highs, or break all-time highs. Today we did, but we didn't drive, right? We're back in range. So maybe it's waiting for this catalyst, but the thing is, they're expecting good numbers for the dollar, and if they're expecting good numbers for the dollar, we might drop. We might drop further. We got 1 minute to go here. We're not trading the news. We're gonna trade the news just the way we trade it. This is gonna be heavy. "20 seconds, my spread is already jumping. My spread is at 8, 5. It's about to be at 20. My spread's about to go to 20. 10 seconds. Yeah, my spread's close to 10. Boom. If this was entry. Numbers drop. Pending. I'm looking for a rebreak of the lows to see if the numbers came out good or bad. Lock in here, gang. We might have a position here on the rebreak of the lows, but I gotta see the numbers. Good numbers across the board for the dollar, so bad for gold. Chat, let's see this 1 minute close here in 5 seconds. We might have a top wick and a 1 minute flip here. I'll tell you when I get in. Alright, we got a top wick. Gonna enter right here. Took a sell right here. Right as the 1 minute made a top wick and came out, rebroke its low. Just took a sell off the 1 minute. Right here. Close half here at 13 pips. I'm gonna go break even. Closed half at 13, break even here. Good. One more push. Can we come one more? All right. Damn. It might hit BE. I saw about 22 pips, but if it comes up and takes out our runner here, which it just did, boom. So I closed half at 13 and the runner hit BE. And what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna wait on this 5 minute. I wanna see if this pulls up. Bounced off a nice support here. One, 2, 3. So we got another 2 minutes here for the 5 to close. That 1 minute closed bullish, but you might just break down heavy. I'm still expecting this to come down further, right? With all good news for the dollar, but we're gonna need a 1 minute closure here. I mean a 5 minute closure. Once this closes in 90 seconds, we need a bottom wick left here, so we will look for a top wick and a flip on a 5. One minute to go here on the 5. Paper trade was 73. You could have done 73 on the dot. Yeah, that gave you what, 40 pips now on the pullback. 20 seconds for the 5, but you want this to close lower, right? Below these most recent supports. All right, 5, perfect. That's where you want it to close. Wait for a top wick here. Wait for top wick, and then we'll look for a rebreak of the lows. Once we rebreak the lows here on the 5, I'll get in right now. There we go. I just got in on the rebreak of the lows of the 5 for a sell. I'm going to look for this 5 to fill the previous wick. Okay. Got in on a short right here. So the 5 created a bottom wick, created a top wick, and then rebroke its own low, and that's where I got in to the position. And I'm going to take another sell right here, right where we are right now. Looking for a rebreak of the low of this 5. More. Did we see a rebreak at a low? Got close. I don't know if I saw a rebreak. Alright, getting closing full positions right here. Congratulations, everybody. So I closed the second position in profit and the first position here at break even. Okay. W. And if it drives further, it drives further. Congratulations, everybody. We got the W's we needed. W. Now we need closures outside the ranges. W. So, you guys want to count all the news trades together? That was 2 separate trades. That was off the 1 minute. And 1 off the 5, and then 2 trades off the 5 minutes. So I would say that that's 2 different wins. That was win number 247 and 248. 2 different ideas, taken at separate times. W. Sells plus 12. And then we had sells plus 10, 20 minus 3 plus 17. Congratulations, everybody. Great morning. Can't wait for the day to ride off a Rolls Royce. Can we take sells for breaking the low? You probably can. This just wouldn't be my position. What I look for, my idea when I get in is for that to be the drive, right? Sometimes it's not the drive and then I get out, right? But we were looking for that initial push to be the drive, right? The initial break at a low on the 5. After that, it came up and rebroke the highs again, right? So that's not my position that I'm looking for. At that point, I'm looking to to close my pineapples in profit. But it makes perfect sense now, right? Like after it's printed already. But for a few minutes, it just didn't make sense. It rebroke the low, then rebroke the high, then rebroke the low again, rebroke the high again. Yeah, this isn't easy to notice these edges, right? This is years in the making of just this is knowledge guided by experience. I would look for closures at this point. I wouldn't look for a rebreak at a low, although the news, it makes sense, right? Everything came out good for the dollar here, all across the board. Just good numbers. Even unemployment claims, like, that's good. Those are good numbers. The fact that they got what's expected is good. Yeah, Z, there's a lot of people in here that trade futures doing what we do. Let's get rid of these. Quite a few people in the Zoom that trade futures doing this. Thank you, Musa. You got my favorite country in your name. You're a W. Yeah, the 15 would also make sense if it leaves a steep wick. Absolutely. Caught almost 70. W. That's great. 70 pips. Yeah, fuck it, call it a session. I want to call it a session too, but what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna wait for the 4 hour. I want to see how we close on the 4 hour here, to see if we could have more positions on the next 1 hour candle at 9. You expect it to be bullish now? No, I expect it to continue down. Yeah, MK, I just said 15 would make sense as well. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, see, so you might get this on the 15, but I'm gonna wait on the 4-hour closure here. And you'd want the top wick, if you're gonna trade this 15, you want the top wick to be first, right? And then you actually, you would want the flip. Yeah, 15-minute range to fill, very valid. I'm just not too convinced yet. But then again, if you think about it, like, even if you're wrong here on this 15, that 4 hours, heavily bearish. 2 hours, heavily bearish. This could be this is a possible rejection area, but you need a rebreak out of lows on the 15. You can't take a top wick entry here. Actually, what's the 4 hour looking like? Huh. Wow, 15, no way. That makes so much sense. Chat, let's take another sell right here. It might come up further, might give you a steeper top wick. I just took a sell off the top wick over there at exact price here at 77.5, 77.6. Alright, so we took another sell right here. I'm just looking that even if we're wrong here, the 4 hour should still give us what we need. So I think even if we're wrong, I think the 4 hour will give us a chance to manage. Nice. Alright, closing half, not yet. Fuck. I saw about 9. I needed another pip. I wanted to get to 10. Yeah. Might need a steeper top wick. It came down a bit, almost to the flip, but didn't exactly flip. Yeah, the 5's gonna close bullish here. That 5 closed bullish, right? Yeah. So it might come up a bit further. We'll see. Yeah. 30 wants to flip, right? But I'm really basing the risk management here off the 4-hour and the 1-hour. So it'll really depend on how this 30 performs here, or how we close here in 10 minutes, not just this 30, the hourly, the 4-hour. Yeah. Struggling to come down for now. Yeah, you might see a 30 flip and see it come up. The key is this 4-hour. What we don't want is the 4-hour flipping bullish. If that happens, then we're a little bit behind, right? You don't want a bullish 4-hour. But the 30 did flip. 30 flipped bullish. You know what? I'm gonna have another pineapple right here, right where we are, at 78.6. Just took another position. We have 7 minutes here. 7 minutes. And with bearish news, right, I'm expecting some kind of orders to be grabbed here on the next 4-hour. I think this flips the hourly too here. Yeah. Five minutes. It's really going to correct the entire 4-hour move in these last 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't know, but it makes sense for us to create bottom wicks before we drive. Yeah, that 30 flipped heavy. It was a steep bottom wick. There's a lot of pushback up. Jeez, what a 30-minute. Oh, whoops. Go back. So let's look at it like this. Heavy push. 2 hour heavy push. 4 minutes here on the 4 hour. 5 minute no bottom wick. Alright, chat. Where are we at? 4 minutes. Chat, you know what we should do? We should take a sell right here, right where we are right now, 2680. $2680.5 is the entry. This 2 hour wick. Wow. And flip the 1 hour. Two minutes here. For now, I have to wait these 2 minutes. That's ugly. We flipped the 1 hour bullish. So the reason for this pineapple was no top wick on the 5, and then we came up, we created a top wick, we came down, we flipped bearish. So yeah, this might come up because this flipped the 1 hour bullish. Don't expect it, not with the fundamentals that we've had. You don't expect a 1 hour bullish flip, but you still expect a bottom wick on the next candle. Yeah, I'm obligated to wait for the next candle here. There's not much I can do right now. Maybe a leg candle for the 1 hour. Thirty seconds. So the 1 hour closed bearish here, right? And so did the 2 hour, closed with a massive bottom wick to fill. Look at the 2 hour closure here. It's got quite a bit of range here to the downside to fill to grab some orders. Need a rebreak of the lows here. All right, closing full right here. Boom. All positions have closed. I closed as we've tapped the B on our second pineapple. Let's discuss that. I think that was a minus for us. We got really close. If it was a minus, it would be really small because I closed it out when I was about 6 pips in profit combined, but since it's wicking up and down between 6 positions, right? It might be down a few pips. It's created a bottom wick, so if we created a top wick, a nice top wick first and then came down, I would hold it. As it's a really small top wick. So as we're creating this bottom wick, there's a chance we reject to the upside, so I closed it. That's a day. Could be. Let's just do some math. Let's do some basic math. Minus 420 minus 416. Minus 9. So a total of minus 9 between 6 positions, I think. Gave it a try. Gave it a try. We played our advantage points, right? So that sucks. That was minus 9 because I was about 6 or 7 pips in profit when I clicked to close out. Understanding risk management based on closure. Well, the reason we opened that position is because we're expecting a bearish closure. So once you're expecting that bearish closure and that heavy wick down, you're expecting the next candle before if we're wrong, right? If we're wrong, we were still expecting a bottom wick on the next candle, and that's the reason we took positions where we did. Because if we are wrong, this gives us a great opportunity to manage risk, right? If we're right, great. But if we were wrong, it gave us a super opportunity to manage risk. That's why we took positions where they were. Yeah, let's mark that off. Minus 9, minus 11. Minus what? All right. That's how the stats look today. Because every position he said he's in all went against him, so we get the better entry. Yeah, when a lot of times that's what happens. If I'm taking wick entries, boom, and you see that? Look at that. This shit just came right back up. A lot of times, if we're taking wick entries, right, it's when the market is moving against us, right? So if it's moving against us and there's like a 3 or 4 second delay, yeah, you guys get a better entry on YouTube. What a great closure there. What a fucking awesome closure. Yeah, it's not really about the pips or how much we get. It's just about the levels, right? We just got to go based on data. If you don't close there and you're still sitting there, you're sitting with 6 positions and the worst one at like 50 pips of drawdown. Right? After you've made a bottom wick, right? So chances of you coming back down again, you know, are that much slimmer. That's why we go based off the data that's provided to us. Scammed again. That's right. I got scammed for 17 pips today. Well, for now. Damn it, I was going to call it at 9, but you know what? Sells are invalid reversal. Well, they were valid for us. They're invalid now. Yeah, by the way, this is gone. We've already done this. We would be managing risk a bit differently if that hourly closed bullish. Oh man. Yeah, but now you need this to set up again, right? Now you're ranging, right? The first push down here, great. But now that you've come back and you're side by side with previous candles, you're in a range, right? Look, this is just a range right here. When the candle bodies are printing side by side, you're ranging. Where's the rat? Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, go to Chuck E. Cheese and tell him to bring you the rat. That's what I do. Every time I walk into Chuck E. Cheese, I yell, "Bring me the rat!" And everyone goes hiding. Where's Donvo? Why you delete my comment? I didn't delete anything. I did not touch your comment. I'm a chameleon. It's only Thursday. That's true. It is only Thursday. There's no fucking milk. That's true. There's no fuck in milk. Looks like it's going all-time highs. You guys have been saying that for a week. Every day. It looks like it's headed for all-time highs. We did already? Actually, yeah, we did. Right here. At 6 a.m. The signal's instantaneous. Well, yeah, it happens the same second that something's clicked on my terminal. It pops up in the signal channel. So if I moved my stop to break even, it does it at that second. You get it at that exact second that I do it. Because it's a bot, right? Like as soon as all it does is it transfers all my positions into the Discord server. So whatever I do, any kind of update on a level, anything that I do in my terminal, it automatically updates the signal channel. Instantaneous is a nasty word. Oh. You know what's a nasty word? Anti-disestablishment. That's a nasty word. How many pineapples right now? We're not in any positions right now. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Nasty word is Diddy. You know what's a nasty word? Guacamole. Guacamole. That don't sound appetizing. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Waiting on New York Open? Yeah, waiting for NYSE Open. That's right. Stuck in a break-even stage? Yeah, be extra selective with your positions. And I find it that it's people that are stuck in the break-even stage, they typically take good positions. They know what they're looking for, right? The difference between profitability and the break-even stage is your risk management. right? There are trades that you lost that you could have managed risk much better, right? And it's not just, it's not really about taking your position. It's just the more important part is not taking your position. The more important part is managing risk, right? Risk management is the difference between profitability and break even. Once you get to the break even stage, the break even stage happens when you figure out your entries and your edge and how to get in those positions, right? But to get to the profitable stage out of break even, the key will be the risk management on those same positions that got you to break even from losing. Before you said with the 15-minute, we can't take a wick entry, and then I said it like right on the very next sentence. I said, but if we look at the 4-hour, it would make sense because the next 4-hour would have to create a bottom wick before it drives. If we close so bearish, and we looked at 2-hour, it's created this massive bottom wick. So I said, all right, if we're wrong, the next 4-hour, I said all of this was happening. I said, if we're wrong, right? If we're right, great, and we'll drive down. But if we're wrong, the next 4-hour will give us a chance to manage risk, and so this would be a great area for a sell, because, like I said, if we're wrong, next hourly candle will give us a chance to close, right? Which is exactly what it did, and it came up. We closed, it came up. It just made sense based on how close we were to the closure of the 4-hour and how bearish this candle is, right? So we were going to grab orders regardless. It's always easier to trade with the trend, yeah. The thing is, a lot of newbies, right? That's how they make money. They show up to the markets, they trade with the trend, they kill it, and then they continue taking those positions, not realizing that the market cycle has switched up, right? The trend has changed. It's going the other way, or it's ranging, right? You have to be self-aware, and you have to be aware of what's going on around you, so you can recognize it as it is happening, not after the fact. Since you were waiting to get out, wouldn't it be smart to raise the lot size with the pineapple then? Or don't you do that? Very rarely. I didn't raise my lots here. I opened 6 positions on that last one, and all 6 were the same lot. Higher time frame king? Yeah. That's exactly what the words "when in doubt, zoom out" mean, right? That's what I say. When you're in doubt, if you're not sure, if you're here over on the 30 or the 15, 5, and you're struggling to really figure out where it's going, you're in doubt, right? When in doubt, zoom out. Boom, 4-hour, 1 hour. It'll be simpler to tell that story. Make it easier on yourself. Up to you how simple or how difficult you want to make this, right? But make it easier on yourself, right? Zoom out, and then when you see something or you recognize your edge in the higher time frame, start zooming in again. Are you looking for potential buys? I'm looking for us to get out of this range. Because from where we are right now, this is still possible. So you would need closures above these areas. or below these areas, or you would need, if we don't get a closure, you would need the market to tap these areas and then come back in range, and then you can trade this range again, and you can say we're doing this. But you would need to come up here, tap resistance, and close back in range. That's how we can trade this range again. For now, I need this to, while we're still printing side by side. Yeah, it's pushing here on the hourly, pushing up, but these candles are still side by side, and you're in a range. So I'm not looking for buys or sells right now. I'm looking to see what it does, so, or for the market to give me an indication of the next earliest possible setup. All-time highs, here we come. I don't know, man. Maybe. A lot of volume. A lot of volume. So, let's see how this 30 closes. NYC open, right? So if it's gonna push in direction of price action, yeah, then maybe NYC is what is the catalyst for the drive. Pushing, pushing, pushing. 5 minutes here for this 30 to close. If it starts breaking up now, I'm probably won't be in it. Needs another 40 pips up, 30 pips up to break all-time highs. Close, no top wick. Excuse me.
The smoke got me. I got bronchitis.
You see a top hook on your end? Minor one. That's like less than a pip. It's 2 pips. 2 pips for that top hook. That's not really a top hook. Flip it, flip the tape. Top hook created on the 2 hour. Interesting. Just realized what you did wrong, which led me to be good. Good. You're ahead of the game. A lot of people can't put their finger on it. People will lose and have no clue where to, where to really zone in on, and where to magnify their attention, to which area in their trade or in the chart, where is your attention needed in order for you to figure out what you could have done better. If you were able to figure out where to zone in on and what to work on, you're way ahead of the game. I can always put my finger on it. I don't doubt you, Manny. I don't doubt you. I believe you. So the 30 right now is below this area, right? I had a chance to drive up, but this is NYSE open. Will we just watch this rip up with no wicks? Yeah, like that's not a great closure. It's good that you closed bullish and with a wick to fill, and with the volume momentum you can still do it, but the levels don't line up here. You've respected this area to the left. If you close above it with a top wick, you could say, all right, after we get a bottom wick and flip, we can look to fill this range to the left. But you've closed respecting this area. You closed below it, which means it's highly likely to still flip bearish after making a top wick here. We'll see. It's likely, but it's also NYC open, which can have enough volume to just blast right through here. Daily closed above yesterday. There's no bottom wick here today. Look, there's no bottom wick today. There is just so minor for a daily candle, right? Waiting for sells at 26.88, stop loss 26.90. Based on what? Just pips? Why 26.90? Like, we don't have anything here. The price has never been here above 88, so why 90? Just because it's a 20 pip stop? What if it hits 91 and then goes your direction? You see how that's very arbitrary because you're not basing it on anything except just pips, how much pips you need, or how much pips you feel comfortable with. And you know, the market don't give a shit about any of that, right? It has its own levels, so that's why it's very arbitrary to look for stops above all-time highs, because they're not based on anything except, you know, besides your feelings, how you feel. What up though? Close above, pull back, rebreak. Yeah, it'd be awesome if it doesn't do it today. Yo, you been to Detroit, Wicks? Talking about what up though? No, but I know that's Detroit slang. It comes from Detroit, but it's really you guys got that from just the Midwest culture, right? In the Midwest, right? It's just the influence of the Midwest culture on Detroit. What up though? I'm cultured. I know what's up. $30 flip bearish, created a bottom wick. See, so we spoke about it. Whatever the drive is up, you could still reflip bearish because you closed below the range, right? And it's not like you just closed below the range but never broke out of it, right? Look at it. If this is your resistance, you had a chance to close above right here on this wick, but you pulled back and closed below. That's your first indication that there's not enough volume to drive up, right? Well, why? Why isn't there enough volume to drive up? Well, because you attempted it, but still came back and closed below. If there was enough volume to drive up, the closure would have been like this, right? Above the range. You would have had, right? This candle would have looked like this, above the range. And then you could say, all right, we're coming up because it has volume in this candle, right? The closure outside the range itself is an indication of volume. If there wasn't any volume, you don't close outside the range, as indicated by this candle here that closed back below here, right? This green candle. I did a double take on my phone. You sound authentic. I'm just cultured. Photography life on stream. Yes, and you're right about the Midwest influence. Back in the day, altogether we call it the Midwest swang. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, I wanted to call it here if we weren't going to close outside the range. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for it. It might still push. We might re-break all-time highs. But the way we're printing right now, I'm not interested in anything that's been printed so far. For now. Is that the 5? Yeah, the 5's flipped here. If this 5 re-breaks its own low, I'm going to call it a stream. NYC volume should be coming in here. Yeah, this shit reflipped bearish. Already closed MT5, having a snack. I think I'm getting very close to doing the same thing. It's my first red week in like a month. I'm really dumb when it comes to trading all-time highs. Don't trade them, or wait for a time in your journey here where you figure out what that issue is, and avoid it until then. Here. Will we see a rebreak of all-time highs? The good thing is it broke all-time highs and pushed down heavy, found the support. It's filling this range. think a re-break of all-time highs might push. Because this is what we spoke about yesterday. Break of all-time highs, come back, grab orders, and re-break the all-time highs. Depleted my mental capital. I had a good trading day already. I rather enjoy the winning trade. Reflect on trades taken. Here to watch and learn though. Yeah, that's a very good approach. Yeah, that's mental capital. That's a good way to word that. Like depleted mental capital. That's exactly how I feel after taking 2 or 3 trades. It's just your thought process is not as clear. Right? Me too. I feel the same way after some trades. I like to step back, you know, relax, just step away from the charts. Is this 5 gonna reflip bearish? Or is it gonna push up? I guess that news was short-lived, right? All of this indicates, you know, a push down. What up, warrior? Yeah, we look at the 15 too, of course. I look at all the time frames. Look at 15 pushing up. Yeah, look at all the time frames. There's not a time frame that I disregard. I don't look at the one outside of the news though. Only for news I look at the one. I don't think those numbers are fake. I think this was the news push down right here, right? So maybe that was the extent of the push, the extent of the news. What was that push down? 60 pips? Yeah, 60 pip bearish move on the news. So maybe there was the orders here were enough to push the market back the other way. Uses bearish gold. So we don't trade, you know, strictly off fundamentals, because you'll see it reflected here on the charts. No matter what happens, you'll see it printed here. See, the issue I have with this is the previous closures were all bearish. The 4-hour closed bearish, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, everything closed bearish, and I don't want to tap this resistance and start flipping bearish. It would make complete sense if we tap this area and start flipping bearish, right? But then again, it's re-breaking all-time highs, and we know all-time highs, you know, can drive for 100, 200 pips. So maybe if we can close bullish in 15 minutes on this candle, if we don't break all-time highs by then, 15 minutes from now, then you can say, all right, close bullish on the previous candle, right? We found a support on the higher time frames. Now we're going to push up. But for now, the previous candles were still bearish. So even if this re-breaks all-time highs, I'm not in here. But logically, it does make sense to drive, right? Because you've created all-time highs a few hours back, came down, rebroke the lows. Now you're going to re-break those highs. Why wouldn't it drive? The only reason is the previous candle closure, right? There's bearish closure. Outside of that, everything else makes sense. That's why if you wait for this to close bullish and then you break all-time highs, then everything lines up. Yeah, this shit looks like it wants to take off right now. Careful buy stops here. Slippage possible. Because if it breaks, it might just pop really quickly, 30, 40 pips. $2,700 inbound. You're not wrong, but when? We know what and we know where, right? But when right now is the key. Not rejecting. So once you tap this area, if we're gonna come down, you would typically expect to see a strong rejection to come right back down, but it's not doing that. So chances of you breaking all-time highs and driving is a bit higher. My phone, I got a Galaxy. Coming up, coming up. Get ready for this 200 pip push right now. Yeah, 2702. Yeah, I don't have positions here. I'm waiting for, I would like a bullish closure. Kind of interesting to see the reactions here. $11 minutes left. 11 minutes is a long time. 11 minutes from now, we could be 100 pips up or 100 pips away from where we are. Yeah, this would typically expect to see. You'd expect to see it pull right back once you tap that area. Just spoke about this, right? Once you come up over here, typically when you tap an area like this, if you're going to reject, you'll see it pull right back on that same candle. Now what? You have 4 minutes for this hourly to close. You can take positions if you want. Oh no, I'm sorry. You have 10 minutes for this hourly to close. 9 minutes. It's a lot of time. And it's good that it pulled back here, not just blasted through here, right? Because it pulled back, it grabbed some more orders. The issue is your closure. Close bearish again. No bottom wick. It'd be good if you had a bottom wick on this 5. Stay humble. Yeah, good advice. Great advice. Humble yourself. Saturated with humblies. Only if we can get money by being humble. I think that's one of the side effects, right? Like that's the byproduct of staying humble. Volume. The spread's jumping a bit. Is this the push? Also setting all-time highs in the last 5 minutes of the hourly candle. There's a lot of people here that are just here for the vibes or just, you know, for trading discussion. You know, some people don't trade exactly like I do, but there's still value here, right? You can definitely take bits and pieces and different concepts and, you know, there we go. Rebreak at all-time highs. New rebreak. Will we see this push? Broke it by a tick. That's me. I never took a trade. Yeah, just, you know, as long as you find value, as long as you're helping yourself here, that's the key. You got to find value for yourself. It doesn't matter what others find important. It matters what you find important. Look at that. That closed below again. That broke all-time highs, right? That rebroke all the highs right here this week. And right now, it just closed back below again. Like your music and I smoke. We have something in common. W. And we trade. And we show up here every single day trying to get better. That's the W. Appreciate the honesty. Volumizing, volumizing. Is this the drive? The break of the re-break? Or the re-break of the break? The re-break of the re-break. Three minutes in the hourly candle, and we're doing this in the last 3 minutes. Not a good look, gold. Not a good look. Yeah, it's struggling to come back down below range, right? It's kind of staying here at this area, but it's also struggling to close above. Let's try it a few times. 1, 2, this is the third time it's trying to close above. Yeah, you want a heavy push, right? To continue the buys, you want a heavy push, a nice top wick left. But your re-break, look, 2 minutes to go in this 1 hour candle, and now you're re-breaking highs. So yeah, maybe we'll see a heavy push right now in the last 2 minutes. Guys, I'm seeing green. Congrats. I thought green was busy. Yeah, this isn't what you expect. You broke all-time highs, came back up, re-broke all-time highs. No bottom wick scrap. $30 seconds. Let's see how we close. Two. All right, closed above here. Closed above everything. You want some orders. You'd want a bottom wick here before filling this wick to the left, motherfucker. Yeah, I have no positions here. If this can pull back, maybe roughly 85 area, 85.5 area, so 30 pips down, and then re-break the highs, I'll look for positions. If it just breaks the highs here, we'll call it a session, or I'll call it a session. It filled that wick. Yeah, I would need it to come back, grab orders, or maybe a heavy push up, and then we can trade a wick fill. but this ain't it. That ain't it for me. Yeah, if it just continues up here, let it continue up. It hasn't set up for me yet. Yeah, if it does set up in the next half hour, I'll probably call it in the signal channel, but I'm gonna call it a stream here. Let's call it a session. Still a W session. We're up 17 pips on the day. Right? You'd expect that break and a continued push, but it's done it 2 or 3 times, right? All-time highs and come back down. No drive, right? So it makes me a bit skeptical. I'm expecting a drive. Yeah, this is not a clean push for sure. It might still happen. If it happens in the next 30 minutes to an hour, I'll trade it. If not, I'll be on again for Asian. And then we will look to, oh, there it goes. Back into range. Yeah. Big 17, you know what the fuck going on. What up though? Yeah, chat, I'm gonna call it a session here. I'm gonna wait for this to really push heavy. If it does, I'll look for a wick fill here, or for this to come back down in range and then close back up above again. Then I'll look for a rebreak of the highs. Until then, it's just noise for me. I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna wait for this heavy push if we can get it, and then hop on after that happens. Right? If it doesn't, like I said, if it doesn't happen now, I'll look for it during Asian. So I'll be trading in the signal channel from starting around 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. And we'll finish out our stream tomorrow morning. I will finish out our week tomorrow morning, right? Our last session of the week tomorrow, Friday, before we go into the weekend. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, have a great day, everybody. Don't overtrade, don't over leverage. Make sure whatever you're doing, it's something that you've sample sized, back tested, you're comfortable with. So you can be clear-headed when you're managing your risk, right? You really ask yourself, would you rather be stuck in drawdown in your position, something that you planned for, or something that you didn't plan for, in a position that you don't usually take, right? If you're stuck in a position you usually take, right, and it's in drawdown, then you just do what you always do, right? You have your plays, you have your risk management set up for your positions. Anything that's outside of your positions, right? If you don't have risk management worked out for that, don't take it. Other than that, yeah, if you see your positions, take them and run with it. Do what you know. Don't make stuff up. And trade based on what you see. Don't make stuff up. Chat, thank you guys for being with me today. Very valuable stream as it is. A really good stream today. Short, right? Shorter than usual, but still a really good stream. Mods, thank you so much for helping me. As always, Nick, Kenny, and the rest of the Zoom gang. I'll see you guys on the Clubhouse side. Hope you guys get out of here with a positive pip count. Chat, as for me, my time here is up. Call it a session. Like I said, if I see something in the next 30 minutes to a half hour, I'll call it in a signal channel. Outside of that, just go enjoy your day. It's almost Friday, right? All right, my time here is up, gang. And just like that, another New York session is in the books. Enjoy your day, everybody. Woohoo! Drop a like before you leave. Drop some likes.